Boman Irani, Chairman and Managing Director of Keystone Realtors, as he joins in right now on the show to try and talk about their numbers and the outlook going ahead. Boman, great having you. Thanks for taking the time out. So, these days we've figured out that there is no point in asking a developer at the end of Q4 about how pre-sales might have been down 30% or up 50%, because it's a very fluid scenario. So maybe let's try and talk about a trend. The last 1 year, right, ending with Q4, how do you see the year to have gone, and what's the standout feature of FY25 that could carry on in FY26?
Thank you very much for having me on the show, and I'd like to begin by saying that real estate continues its strong growth trend, and I do not see this slowing down except for a few blips maybe here and there. Second, I must repeat this again and again that Mumbai is very well placed. Mumbai MMR is very well placed because the kind of infrastructure growth out here and the number of companies that are looking at coming in to this space. We've heard about Japanese companies making large investments in BKC, and there are MOUs being signed every single day for some industry or the other. There's the entire airport coming up. There's the Vadhavan port, which is not too far away. We've heard about the entire coastal road that's going to go all the way from Mumbai all the way up to the Vadhavan port. All of these things really are making Mumbai a great space to be in, and we are seeing a whole host of development and redevelopment going on. As far as, if you want me to talk about what we've done, I think in the last year, which has been an extremely great year, we've proven ourselves to be a predictable company, which is consistent on the growth path. We've done 3,000 plus crores of pre-sales, which is exactly as per our guidance. We've also, very happily declared for the first time in our history a final dividend of 1.5 rupees per share, which is a welcome, move for all my investors, and I'm looking forward to continue this trend in the future. We are extremely excited about the fact that we've tied up 22 projects in terms of our BD has done an excellent job with 22 projects, of which 18 of these are in the redevelopment space, and 16 are in what I call the aspirational and mid-mass segment of the market, which is the largest market of Mumbai. I've said this before, 3 crores to 7 crores is where your maximum buying power is, and this trend will continue in the city of Mumbai for a long time to come. I can tell you our guidance for the coming year is also about 4,000 crores. Okay. And I think we are well on our way to achieving it. We're launching 7,000 crores worth of projects this year. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so that 4,000 crores of actual revenue, it results into what? A pre-sales of northwards of 30% for FY26. And does it happen because of volumes, or do you reckon pricing will stay stable as well in the market that you're operating in? Again, as a company, I'm glad to say that we've done a 35% CAGR growth year on year in our pre-sales, and we've maintained this. We are very calibrated with the kind of projects and the locations that we go into. I don't need to stress this out again, but Mumbai has about 7 or 8 markets, everything from affordable to mid-mass to aspirational. And we, as Rustomjee, are across this entire spectrum. We've got an extremely strong pipeline of projects that we are launching, even in the premium and uber premium spaces. And Rustomjee as a company is able to serve the consumer's needs for everything between, I would say, a 50 lakh rupee apartment to a 100 crore plus apartment. And we're very happy to be serving this entire space. 3,000 crores was our pre-sales this year, and our PAT was 188 crores, which was up from 111 crores of last year, and up from about 2,200 crores of pre-sales last year. So we've seen a 35% CAGR growth, and we will continue this trend even in the year that's coming. As a matter of fact, I'm glad to say that of the 7,000 crores of launches that we're looking at doing this year, close to around 4,000 crore launches we've done in the last 10 days itself.
Yeah. Boman, hi, good morning. Tamanna here. Did I hear you saying 3 to 7 crores is the sweet spot for Bombay? For the MMR regions?
5 crores, if I was to give you a point, is absolutely a sweet spot for Mumbai city. And I'm again saying the largest buying is taking place in this space. If you look at the kind of data that is coming out of all the reports that you will read, we're very happy to read 174 crore single apartment sale, but nobody sees the volume that is taking place in the 3 to 5 crore or 3 to 7 crore segment. Everything from Borivali coming all the way up to Bandra East, and everything from Mulund coming all the way up to Sion is the market that I'm talking about. Is really huge and is doing extremely well.
okay. So that's really interesting that there is still that much appetite for a 5 crore apartment. 3 to 7 crore is where you're seeing enough volume. I just want to talk about the GDV targets, because you had a 6,000 crore GDV target for this fiscal, which doesn't seem to have really hit the mark. Were there project delays? What really happened here?
So you're right, Tamanna. We hit 5,000 plus crores in terms of the launches that we had, and a project of ours which we were supposed to launch in the last quarter, did not get launched because of approval processes. But what we lost in the last year, like I told you, we've already made up in the first quarter of this year, and we've had projects of about 4,000 crores being launched in the last 10 days. 2 projects in Bandra and 1 in Chembur. All these projects are just launched, and they're getting a very good response from the market. And we are very enthused with our location and the product type that we are kind of putting out there.
What's the target for this fisc in terms of GDVs?
So we will be launching 7,000 crores of projects. We are well on our way to surprise most of us, because we've already done 4,000 crores and it's not even completion of the first quarter. So we should look for more. And like I said earlier, I'm pretty excited about the way our company is growing and what our teams are doing at this moment in time.
Hi, Boman. Alex here. I'm just wondering about input costs, because your margins have improved quite substantially year on year, 8.6% versus 6.4%. Are they benign? Are they likely to stay so?
So, Alex, thanks for that question, because we've said this in the past. There were certain legacy projects that we've been kind of completing. Because in real estate, it's not about how much money you make, but how many projects that you complete and continue completing. Especially, there should be no project left undone, because that's like a blur on the company. So there were projects of the past that we were carrying on. We call them the legacy projects, which are now completed or nearing completion. So our newer projects are the ones that are giving us a heftier margin, and that's why you see this entire growth.
Okay, so therefore the follow-on question for that, Boman, is that assuming that the mix improves going forward, even from this point, is that likely to take place? And from that perspective, what is the trajectory that you see margins taking?
So, Alex, again, a good question. Like I said, we are across the entire bouquet of projects, and we do everything from a 50 lakh home to a 100 crore home. Obviously, the margins happen to be higher in a premium and over premium property, but it's also important to continue to keep the belt, the tolls, the tills ringing as we go along the way, and that's where projects in the mid-mass and aspirational category, which is about 16 of the 22 projects that we've tied up, will be aiding us. You will see a lot of launches taking place in the Borivali to Andheri segment, and maybe something more even in the Bhanduk segment. And as far as we are concerned, you're aware that we follow the project completion method to kind of book our revenues in, and this is why it becomes a little lumpy. And we're trying to move to the a different method of accounting. If all goes well, we should be able to do that this year. Otherwise, we'll continue with this form of accounting itself.
All right, Boman, thanks so much for joining in for that clarification. Wish you all the best going forward.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you, everybody.